Hello, hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi. How you doing?
Oh, it's
Allison, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, you can. Okay, let me. Why is it not letting me video? Cannot detect your camera. Please check the device. This is what happened last time.
Every time. Hi,
Check the
Mark.
device.
Hi.
It's just good to be able to see everybody. Well, it's nice to have everyone here, even if we can't see everybody.
I will figure it out.
Okay. How are you, Dana?
I'm in an interesting space.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just feeling very overcommitted with things that are not feeling fully aligned. So it's
Yeah.
getting more and more difficult to show up as things are really shifting and moving. Like
Yeah.
even not even 5 minutes ago, I got a text from my kid's dad saying that he's going to be out of town next week, which is his week. So it's little things like that. That's not a big deal for us. We have a good working business relationship, but like all of this change and shifting is coming at me all today. And I'm going, I'm overwhelmed. I've got too much going on. I'm trying to show up for too many things,
Yeah. I get it. Today has had a lot of that energy. So we're going to have a really nice centering, grounding being time. It's also, the first of the year, planetary energies, we're just sort of like WTF right now. I know. I woke up and I was like, I should have already done 10 things, and it's like 8 a.m. So I feel you. All right. Well, my loves, I am hopeful that Casey can come. Hi, Barbara. Oh, you're so cute. You're all in bed. Got your cute little jammies on.
I'm a grandma. I go to bed early.
Well, it's also, oh yeah, it is a little early still. Girl, I love being in bed early, so it's cool. And Mark, hi.
Hi.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, a few.
Yeah. So did we all survive the holidays?
Yes, and I want to mention that you look like a candy lollipop today. I love the pink.
Lollipop.
Yeah.
I like this pink, actually. I really like this pink. I kind of felt like a little Valentine's Day today. I know it looks kind of not pink. Let's see if I back up enough. It's kind of pink. I like it. Anyway, shall we meditate together? Let's do it. So, pleasure practice. As you close your eyes, right away, you can feel something that you need for your body to be more comfortable, more cozy. Maybe it's a deep breath. Maybe you need to relax your shoulders. Maybe you need water. Maybe you need to wiggle or stretch. Make that adjustment for yourself. And then thank your body for communicating with you. Thank your body for saying, I need this. And thank yourself for listening. And this time today, we're going to be diving into ecstatic energy activation. We are going to be doing some lifting of the pelvic floor and breathing up into the body. So we're going to be creating a bit of a wheel. And if you can, think of it as coming up through the pelvic floor, up through the body, up through the top of the head, and then around to the front and regathering. And it's this wheel. So we're going to be doing some of that breathing. So now we start slowly finding the breath. Allowing the breathing to feel very regular, very normal and comfortable. Breathing in through the nose. And as you breathe in, imagine the energy coming up through your pelvis, all the way up through your body. And as you breathe out, exhale it forward into a big wheel. Exhale through the mouth, open mouth. Keeping the inhale and exhale equal. No need to count to keep it equal, just feel it. And allow yourself to breathe in this rhythm. Focusing on bringing the energy up through the inhale and releasing in a wheel forward on the exhale. Now we're going to add one different thing. We're going to bend our spine forward as we inhale. Chest forward. And on the exhale, bend the spine back. Sort of like a seated cat-cow. Now we're going to reverse that breathing. So we're still bringing the energy up on the inhale and forward in a wheel on the exhale, but now we're going to cat on the inhale. I'm sorry, convex on the, I don't know, you're going to bend backwards on the inhale and chest forward on the exhale. Now, keeping the rhythm, you're going to speed up. Keep the fullness of the breath. Faster. And now, double time. And now back to center, allowing the breathing to become normal. Finding anywhere that this energy feels stuck and allowing it to flow up, up, up through the crown of the head and out. If you have a side ache, or if your throat feels uncomfortable, or if you have a headache, move that energy gently, gently up, sending it out the top of the head. And just observe the body. Observe what's happening right now. And everybody's muted, so you can speak out loud what's happening in the body as you observe. No judgment, just observing. Speaking it out loud. And as you speak it, allow your words to be the release of whatever you are observing. It can come and go as easily as it likes. And now adjusting the body, beginning to blink your eyes open, looking down or around at the room. I've started incorporating this, actually, Mark, since our channeling session about the miracle tone. I don't know how that is received over Zoom, but it sure feels good here. Awesome. All right. Let's open up to shares. Anything that you would like to share? If you're still coming back, that's fine too.
I will.
Yes.
So the first, doing the breath first and slow, it immediately put me elsewhere and bright purple in my vision and like lightning squiggle lines. And then when we went the other way, it was very angry red color. And then, and I couldn't stay with it. I was getting nauseous, headache, dizzy, feeling disoriented. And I actually had to stop, especially as speeding up at all. Like that was not gonna happen.
Got it.
And then at the end, so one of the things I do when I clear energy is, it's really crazy, but I'll share in this group. It's part of what's kept me from working on people, because I belch very violently and people are like, how does that come out of you? And I'm like, I don't know. So I started getting that going on. So definitely stuff moving and clearing, but it was not a pleasant, like once we really got into it, I was like, oh yeah, this is breath work. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, burping, you know, I'm sure it's like superhuman when you burp, and I kind of want to hear that sometime. But but burping when we're moving energy or when we're doing energy work is so, it's common. It's common. Like it's very common. What's another thing?
Yawning.
Yawning. Thank you. Yawning is another one. Yes. Yes.
Well, they always, when we're doing body reads and stuff and the Reiki on people and all the different stuff, if you hear their digestive system gurgling, that's a good thing, right?
It is. It is. Sometimes you place your hands on their stomach and it just starts going, and you're like, oh, that's good. That's your body like purring at me saying, thank you. Yeah, totally. Totally. Well, next time, you know, feel free to unmute. We'll be like, yeah, celebrate, bring it. My heart was racing and felt fire, and then immediately cold. I was high. Yes. I'd like to ask too. So at first, we inhaled and then exhaled, and then we inhaled and exhaled. Which did you prefer? The first one. Okay. Everyone's circulation is different. Yes. This is so funny. These are the polarities. And I don't want to say which is which, because I don't want anyone to identify like, oh, this is a masculine, this is a feminine thing. But you are going to feel which one's moving your circulation the right way, the way that feels good, the way that feels natural. Mark, what was your favorite?
Well, the first one, but as I made this switch, I started to hyperventilate. I had to stop and start a number of times. I sort of lost the ability to have the rhythm.
Yep. Okay, so I'm going to share this with you, and please don't identify like male and female. These are the polarities, and we're learning about the way that our energy moves. the first one was the masculine, the second was the feminine. The first one was the masculine, and actually, no, I'm sorry, hold on. Let me do this again. Yep, the first one was the masculine. So when and I should have actually, I messed it up, so I'm sorry. In fact, I want to dive into it. We're just going to do it briefly again before I guide you through another process. You should have been bringing the energy down on the inhale. Oh wait, see, I'm doing it backwards because it's like the opposite of the way that I go. Okay, so if you are doing the first breath, if the first body movement was more comfortable for you, instead of lifting the energy through, try bringing it down. So you're going to inhale concave, exhale, chest forward. Inhale, exhale. And your energy is naturally going to go, but think of the wheel going this way as opposed to this way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I tried it and that didn't feel like it flowed easy.
Did they both feel kind of uncomfortable?
I think I'd have to like take some time and go back and then try again.
Perfect. Perfect. I totally agree. And it's interesting. I kind of want to channel about this because I don't understand. So that's a breathwork practice that I'm downloading. Like I haven't learned this. And so I want to ask why each is which. I'm curious. And what that really even means anyway. So maybe tomorrow's channeling, that'll be. Barbara, remind me. Dana, remind me.
So when you just said that, we'll see if this is anything like what you get.
Yes.
But I immediately saw the male anatomy and
Yes.
that direction, like you were just talking about, because of the male anatomy, that out breath, that releasing the seed, right? And then if you're feminine and bringing it in your body with your anatomy. So I don't know. We'll see.
No, that's that part. Definitely. That's the battery. That's the battery charger. And I 100% feel that. What I'm curious about, and I love that because that's like confirming. And what I'm curious about is why is it different for each person? Why do some people run this way and some people run this way? And then what can that inform us about how we relate? How can we then connect with each other with our battery packs running that way? And is it consistent? Because I wonder if tomorrow your battery pack will run a different way. I'm curious, It is curious. But the nausea is a sign that we're running against the current in that system. So yes.
No, I'm just sort of confused. So are you saying the first exercise we did, you rethought it and said, no, do it the other way? Or are they both techniques to use? I mean,
They're
are they
both
both
techniques to use? But what I was doing is I was having you breathe up. And then as soon as I started moving this way and that way, I was like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. I'm supposed to have them bring the energy up and inhale this way and exhale like this. When you're bringing the energy down, you inhale this way and exhale. No, you inhale this way and exhale this way. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to have to watch the replay. I'm going to bring this back to you all. But basically the first movement that we did, instead of while we were doing the body movement, you should have been bringing the energy down and not up. That's where I mixed it up. The second half, bringing the energy up. Let me feel it. That's bringing the energy up. Now let me see if I can do it the other way, just to clear it up. Loaders. Oh yeah, that feels so much better. Yep, that's the masculine. And actually both feel good when I'm breathing, when I'm bringing the energy correctly.
So the energy is coming up the front, the
Mhm.
wheels in the front, going down through your
Uh-huh.
body from the
Yep.
crown. Okay.
Uh-huh. Crown out through the pelvis or genitals, and then wheel up. So this is the masculine breath. Let's all just try it for a moment. We'll call it the masculine, we'll call it the yang breath. Okay. Imagine the energy coming down through the crown. Breathe in, concave the back. Breathe out, chest forward. Does that feel better to anyone? Mm-hmm. That even feels better to me. Now let's do the yin version of that. All right, just to close this up. So we're going to be bringing the energy up through the pelvis, out through the crown of the head. And as we inhale, chest forward. Are you okay? Are you burping? Let it sing, Dana. Let it sing. Oh, all right. I appreciate you all going through that a couple times. It's fun to kind of bring those through and feel them and experiment with the energy system in the body. So, does anybody else want to share? Okay, cool. So who did the guided meditation in the group? Did anybody get a chance? Awesome. Okay, yay. Barbara or Erica, did you guys get a chance? Yay. No, it's okay.
It was interesting, actually, I have to say.
Tell me about it. Would you like to share?
Yes. So, um, first of all, that technique of looking up, I think we did that in the course as well. This
Mm,
time I was locked. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get out of it. No, I couldn't. So
mm,
good job.
nice.
On
Are you
hypnosis.
talking about the meditation or are you talking about the breathing?
Oh, the meditation.
Okay. Yes.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, we're talking about the meditation.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So when we lock eyes, looking up, right, like
Mm,
towards our eyebrows, I think that really helped me lock into the hypnosis.
mm,
And yeah, it was very clear. It was very interesting, Allison, because kind of the same thing that happened in our last meeting, in our last team meeting, that I kind of knew what you were going to say, and like it was very funny. It was very
mhm.
funny. I was like, shit, she knows what the
Yeah,
hell.
we're so connected that way. That happens a lot.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you, because I mean, I there was stuff there that I didn't know that
Mm,
was still there. It was very interesting to see. And this time, though, what made it different than previous meditations or other things that I tried to when working with the shadow is that I was an observer now, like
mm,
the responsible person,
mhm,
um, being gratitude for that shadow. And I think showing compassion was like even the compassion part was like right there, like it just happened smoothly. I didn't have to imagine it; it just happened. Like I don't know how to explain that. It was
mm.
wonderful. Though. Like it was on point.
I'm
Thank you.
so glad. I'm really glad. Mm, good. How did it go? Mark and Dana, do either of you want to share? Mark?
Yeah, had to unmute. Well, I'd seen that before. You posted it months ago, I think.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I watched it the first time. I mean, I did it the first time. I think I got more out of it then when I was sort of in a more even part of my life. And I, as you know, I only did it right before this. So I
Yeah.
was thinking, damn, I got to get this done. I got to try to catch up. And so I didn't really, it was barely going through the motions tonight.
Yeah.
The first time it was, even though I find all guided meditations odd and
Mm,
foreign to me, but the first time I remember feeling sort of illuminated, like, oh, look, what could be behind this door? What is in the chair? You know, and
mm,
so
mm.
something I should do again, I think.
Yeah, even I want to revisit it. So yeah, and also when we have more like focus, it's helpful, but yeah, all good. What about you, Dana?
Um, Yesterday was a super busy day too. And I think it was close to midnight when I was wrapping up and finally able to get to that thing
Yes.
to do. And so I think I fell asleep to it, or just after it.
Yeah.
Maybe didn't kind of catch the end of it, but I vaguely recall the sense of it's kind of been lingering the past. Well, I think it was because of the meditation. It all blurs together now, first of all.
You're like, is it still January?
So the sense of was particularly because of what we're doing in this course, really a big theme for me has been like this. Why do I think this concept of that? Is there something wrong with me? Is there anything wrong with me, especially when it comes to intimacy or whatever else, or this sense of why do I feel like I need to be any different than I am? Why am I not accepting myself exactly as I am? And I don't, right now I'm getting that's not just related to this class or intimacy, but really this that the whole striving and doing, and I have a lot of irons in the fire right now because I'm very focused on certain goals, but it is taking a lot of effort, like I said when we started this call. And even within yeah within like there's nothing wrong with me, no matter where I'm at in any blueprint, on any spectrum. There's nothing wrong with me, and I just need to accept myself there.
Absolutely.
And understanding, like, especially with intimacy, right? It's about the connection. So I think I told you guys maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I'd met this person and was having really amazing experiences. And that has totally died. And I'm really clear now that it's done. And noticing myself in those experiences, that it doesn't matter what's happening intimately if the person is not bringing things to the table in other areas of life. That shuts me down, that shuts down the connection. So a lot of just self-awareness and understanding on how I operate, how I exist, how I be, and accepting that. And and just like accepting that I can allow myself to just to be as is, and there's nothing wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I love that. I love that you said that, because I think it's really important to say this part about shadow work. So shadow work is not about like finding the things that are wrong. It's truly, truly not. Shadow work is about what have I within myself banished to the realms of hell, and how can I integrate and love it, right? Just like that, in the meditation, that being sitting in the chair. We're not saying, okay, it's time for you to go, burn. Yes.
So my thing in the chair was like a 3x5 note card, recipe card. I don't know what was on it, but I do remember that now that you said that.
That's
Because it
so
was
funny.
yeah, it's so odd. And it felt very much like that mind piece of this recipe for how you do things, right? Kind of on the back.
Ah, yes. I was like, it sounds like an instruction list, some sort of like to-do list.
Check, check.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Erica, I feel like we've been so far away. Do you want to share anything about just kind of anything that you are coming up with or experiencing?
I know it's so lame that I can't figure out my video.
I know it's
Well,
hard
I'm
to
just bummed that
record.
I didn't do the meditation and all of that, but
That's okay.
no, and I think it's hard. I mean, it's hard to get into it when I'm not on the video. It's weird. So I
Mhm.
don't really have a lot to say. I mean, I loved what we did in the beginning with the breath.
Yeah,
But yeah, for right now, I'm just kind of listening and enjoying that. So, but I'm
awesome.
here. I am
Okay,
partaking.
good.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel like you're so far away.
I
So
know. I really don't understand why my video won't. I mean, I did like IT troubleshooting for the first like 10 minutes. So
yeah.
I can't figure it out. I'm gonna have to enlist an expert.
That's okay. That's okay. It happens. Barbara told me today that we're in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, and I'm like, I feel like it's worse in the shadow, honestly. I feel like when we get in it, it's okay, but when we're in the shadow, it's been crazy. Okay, great. So what we're going to be doing for the next part, you know what, you guys, let me pause because I'm being told to listen for a second. Okay, that's why. So I need to hear from each of you if you would like to share. And even if you don't share, this is something for you to feel and contemplate within yourselves. Why did you sign up for this? What is it that you really wanted to get? What is it that you really wanted to have transformed through this course? It's time to come back home to that goal, that original reason that you came here in the first place.
I can go.
Okay.
I want to see if I like wrote it down in the beginning, but I'm not. I'm just going to go with what is right here, right now.
Yes.
And that is the reason I took this course is to transform my life and really truly understand and harness and know and love like sexual energy, whether that is, in the bedroom, traditional ways, but even more so, it's like cultivating and using that energy in all aspects of my life. And
Yeah.
that's truly why I took this course.
Mm, mm. Okay, so since you go first, you get the hard part. I didn't tell you the second part of this question. Where are you on that continuum of learning?
I mean, I think it's one of those things that once you embark on this journey, there's no turning back, right? So now I'm more aware of where the blockages are, or where I'm holding or not being open or casting blame. So I would say I definitely am maturing through this, whereas before I really had no idea. And now I did definitely have an idea. It's more about what are you going to do now, Erica? And it's scary, right? Because I really feel like getting in touch with that and learning how, like, I have this word just keeps coming up, like harnessing it and like understanding it and using it for good, and not controlling it in a bad sense, but like
Yeah.
controlling it in all the aspects of my life. I I feel like I'm embarking on that and understanding it, and it's going to change my life, and I'm a little scared about that.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, that's really good. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Mm, mm. Yeah, we're a little bit more than halfway, right? I think. And this is a good time to look and say, what am I doing and how am I doing it? So, who would like to go next?
I can go.
Yes.
So I've thought about this a lot, actually.
Yes.
And it's one of those things that's like, wait, did I see that in an email or through when you were putting it out there or not? Maybe I'm making it up. Am I crazy? I have a lot of moments like that lately. And I'm like, I know I saw that somewhere, but I also know that I see so much multidimensionally. Sometimes I struggle to know what I saw here in this human body now. um, so it was I remember an aspect of like unlocking this energy as like for abundance
Hmm.
and manifestation.
Yes.
And this, for me, that was the attraction point.
Yes.
It wasn't because it was about the blueprints. I mean, the rest of it was like, oh, that's interesting. I think I'll learn about that. That sounds good. I know I have blocks here. And, but it was the manifestation piece that really drew me.
Yeah.
And,
It's coming.
well, and so every time I went into that, it was like, trust the process, trust, like, and so I definitely got that, but I've had to work through my own process with that of, again, because I was like, not sure I saw that.
Yes. You're like,
And
what did I sign up for?
and so I was second guessing myself, right? And so my journey, and all of ours, right, is so much about trusting self and trust. And for me, it's trusting spirit. And I even when I can't trust myself, I trust spirit beyond a doubt. I trust my team. So that's why I'm still here and still showing up, and so yeah.
That's so, so beautiful. One, I literally posted exactly that earlier today about self-trust is actually trusting our all that isness. It's trusting our fullness. So I will tell you, because we are coming into the manifestation portion of this course. And the reason that it's formatted this way, and I love that you've been like, trust, because we had to open up to the idea of even talking about sex and feeling our bodies. And then we have to dive into clearing some of the fears, clearing the shadows, integrating the shadows. And then once we've done those things, then we're capable of doing the manifestation magic. Because if we don't clear those things, then we're just manifesting like a sprinkler with your thumb over the top, right? Or a hose with your thumb over the top. It's like you can't actually get it to go in the direction that you want it to, because there's all these shadows that are coming up. So beautiful. It is coming. It's the big orgasm at the end. We will get there.
And it's so funny because on somebody's on another gal, I don't know if you know Corinne Hathaway, she leads kirtans and stuff like that. But she had posted something, I think from another astrologer, that's like 2022, the year of sex, magic, and
Nice.
and mushrooms. And I was like, everybody's like, check. I'm like, you're ahead of the curve.
Take these, put this in your tea before we do our manifestation practice tonight. Oh man, actually. Okay. All right. So love it. That is coming. We have I believe 3 full lessons on sex magic manifestation and really, really activating through this energy. Yeah. Y'all, this is just a really it's like 2 months of foreplay. So I'm going there. All right. It is a sexuality class. So, all right. Let's see. Barbara or Mark, would either of you like to share? Why did you join? Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'd like to share, but I will, because I feel like I have to get it out one way or another. So why I joined was sort of to find some harmony or communication between my head and my body.
Yeah.
If that and in the past I've had, in the blueprints I was sexual, and what was the other one, sensitive, or I forgot what.
Sensual.
And and then there have been times when I sort of just fall into some trance-like state or something, and I don't know how I got there or why I'm there. I mean, it was good, but
Yeah.
but most of the time I don't feel like I have any control over this energy that flows through me, and
Yeah.
so that's why
Mm,
I signed up.
awesome. And how do you feel? And Dana, I don't know if you answered this part, so if we need to, we'll go back to you. But Mark, how do you feel you are doing on that journey?
Well, first of all, I missed the last couple sessions, so I'm
Everybody
behind on.
Everybody did.
Oh, okay.
Except for me and Erica hung out last week.
Okay.
So,
So, and I don't currently have a partner, so this is all me. So what I'll say is it's a sense of, this might be too strong a word, but a sense of optimism that, like, even when we do these, like what we just did with the energy up, energy down, I get a little confused, but I realize there are moments, and a few weeks ago when we did the pelvic breathing, and that really got to me. I mean, I really felt like, oh, I'm actually making energy flow. I'm not just trying to make love to somebody.
yep.
So I guess I'm hopeful or optimistic,
Amazing.
but not there yet.
I like that though. That's really good.
Okay.
Thank you. And Dana, did you want to add anything? No? Okay. And Barbara, do you want to share?
Sure. I have to be completely honest and say
Yes.
that I do not remember why I signed up.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of have an idea. Like, I wanted to level it up from the last time, because it's not my first time. It's not the first time I take the program.
Yes.
But what I can share is that what I've discovered is that there's always more to dig and dig and dig, to just bring out that beautiful butterfly that I am, and to be able to receive more from everybody and everything around me. Oh, you have a butterfly? Nice. So yeah, I think I'm being able to access more of me and to have more compassion for me and more kindness towards me, and actually more self-love, because there were still a lot of beliefs, a lot of points of view about me, about who I am, about my body, about my sexual being and my sexual blueprints and all that. So I think those, I can't remember why I'm here. I remember what's changed. I I can see what has changed. So thank you, Allison, and
Yeah.
friends, because it's a collective energy for sure.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Mm. So here's where we're going with that. That thing that you want, what do you feel if you pause and you feel within? What do you feel is standing in between? Let's do it this way. Imagine your future self already has what you are wanting. Imagine everything about your future self already having it. What do you do differently? How do you wake up in the morning being this future you? Mm. How do you move through life? How do you feel in your body? Continue to imagine the future you already existing in this state. How do people interact with you? What does your life look like? How has your life shifted? Imagine everything around you as it relates to you. And stay with me as I guide you through a process. Take a deep breath and exhale and bring yourself into present time awareness. Present time awareness. Feel yourself in the here and now. And everybody's muted. Say something out loud about yourself in the present moment. 1 or 2 words. Staying in your body. And now deep breath in and exhale. Be your future self. Feel it fully. Imagine it. And say something about it. And now deep breath in, release it. And on the exhale, present time awareness. Be in present time awareness. Feel it fully. Feel it completely. And say something about it. Deep breath in, release it. And on the exhale now, feel yourself in present time awareness and feel future self at the same time. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, speak out loud what is happening between the two. If they have fully merged, stay in this space. If they have not merged, keep going with me. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. And feel yourself in future self. Be there fully and completely. Imagine it and feel it and say something about it. Now release it. Deep inhale. And full exhale. And present time awareness. Feel it fully and completely and say something about it. Now release it. Deep inhale and exhale. Future self. Feel it fully and completely and speak something about it. Now release it. Deep inhale and exhale. Present self. Feel it fully and completely and say something about it. Now release it. Deep inhale. Exhale. Future self. Feel it fully and completely and say something about it. Now release it. Deep inhale and exhale. Present self. Feel it fully and completely. And say something about it. Now release it. And feel future self and present self at the same time. Full inhale, full exhale, and speak. What is happening between the two? Please raise your hand or type in the chat if these have merged. If they have not merged, if they've merged, stay in that state. If it has merged, imagine that there is a ball of white light above your head and you are breathing it in, filling yourself fully. If they have not merged, deep inhale, full exhale. Feel future self. Experience it fully and completely. And say something about it. And now release it. Deep inhale. Full exhale. And present self. Experience present self fully and completely. And say something about it. Now release it. Deep inhale. Full exhale. And feel future self. Feel it fully and completely. And say something about it. Now release it. Deep inhale, full exhale. And feel present self. Feel it fully and completely. And say something about it. Now release it. Completely release it. And feel future self and feel present self at the same time. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, say what is happening between the two. And now stay in this space. And imagine a ball of white light above your head. And with each inhale, you bring this white light into your body. And it fills your heart. And with each exhale, it radiates out of you. Filling yourself up with this white light. And when you are ready, you can begin to blink your eyes open. Just allowing yourselves to come back into this space. What did you notice? What did you experience? If anybody would like to share.
I can.
Please.
Oh, or Barbara just put something in the chat.
Yes, I love that.
So my sorry,
It's
no, I'm
okay.
back.
That's okay. That's okay. Tap your tailbone a little bit.
What?
Tap your tailbone. Just use your fingers to tap your tailbone. If anybody's feeling a little like, ooh, I'm still up in the clouds, shake your body, tap your tailbone, give yourself all the time you need.
Well, I'm really working to share necessary information because I tend to overshare, but there's always backstory and more to it. This is across the board. So, my future self is where I know I'm going. I already feel it. I already know I'm there. And I'm so aligned and taking all those steps right now. And I realize too that, you know, obviously this is part of it because really started focusing on my business stuff since I've been in this course. So that already unlocked some stuff there. And it's just really go time. And so my future self is like, the biggest thing I noticed by the end was everything was beautiful. I was just surrounded with beauty in house. I was beautiful. I was very calm versus my present self is very like under pressure and not feeling in full, like I don't feel like the divine sovereign being I am because of societal constructs and because of how I have to show up to survive in this world. And my future me is she's not tolerating any of what I presently now tolerate, right? Like
Right.
she's completely in control.
Yeah.
And yet a big thing was in partnership and in community. So although that divine sovereign being within the 3D world still wanting to do it in partnership and not doing it all alone, and just like it just felt like such a pressure cooker where I'm at right now presently, and these things that are just stacking and compiling, causing that. And so at first they wouldn't merge
Mhm.
because future self is like, I don't tolerate that bullshit.
Right. Yep.
And then present self is like, it's not my fucking fault. I'm trying, damn it. And so by the second time, the merge, I can't remember all the things that happened there, but my future self came and had arm around present self and merged, and just this hope and like this knowing that it's happened, it's there, we're there, it's you know, yeah, just that merging. And again, that there was this such a sense of the beauty surprised me, beauty everywhere, beauty like my house and where I lived. And I never before now realized that must be really important to my soul being, is the aesthetic and the beauty around me. And that's huge. That feels very empowering to know, because I can work, or not work, but I can make choices to help facilitate that, knowing that that is relevant for me, where I'm going and what I need or want, or how I be in the world as a soul, what I'm bringing into the world, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So,
I love that. Thank you for sharing.
mhm.
Thank you for sharing. One of the things that I see a lot within the container of the blueprints is people who have a high sensual denying themselves the beauty that they want in their environment. It's so important. If that's high on your list, it is important. So yeah, really honoring that about ourselves. It's super important to me. Yeah. So I hear you on that. Thank you. And Barbara says, I noticed my multi-dimensional selves. I love that. Beautiful. Thank you. Does anybody else want to share? Erica or Mark? Mark?
So for me, they never merged exactly, but it became like a dialogue between. And present self was getting very frustrated and impatient.
I can see that.
Yeah, and future self was accepting and calm, and then at the end, and I was working with the ball of light and was again frustrated because I've been able to do that in the past with you, but not tonight. But enough happened where my heart felt open, and I just thought, well, I'm not there yet, but we're talking, me
Yeah.
in the future. But right now, I can feel something I've wanted to feel, more grace or acceptance with others
Yeah.
that I might feel hurt me or that I might judge, and I thought, no, I don't need that. I can just be okay with that.
Mm,
So at least I found a glimmer of the future is actually present in me now.
it is. And even when they don't merge, it's sort of like this is going to work itself out in your dreams tonight, you know? Because sometimes they're trying to merge, but it's that effort. And we're like, they're not merging, they're not merging. And it's like, okay, we'll just let it go. And tonight when I go to sleep, they're going to merge because I won't be thinking about it. So
Okay.
it's really letting ourselves have that space. It is working right now. That sorry, I've infiltrated your mind now. Whether
Get
you
out of
like
my head. Get out of my head.
now you're gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, well, they merged. Well, we can hope, but it does work. It starts, our brains are magical that way. They work in our sleep. So I love that. Yeah. Erica?
Sure, I loved that. Yeah, I merged at the end. It took a little bit, but it was basically about that surrender and just acceptance and patience that my present self gave, and my future self. And then what came to me is it's part of the Yoga Sutras, I believe. And I will butcher the concept, so I'll just try. But it's more, what came to me, it's like we already are all of that. Like when you talk about the future self, and the things that were coming to my mind were, more joyous, optimistic, energetic, playful, grounded. And then I thought to myself, I am already all that. It's not like a future state. It's more about letting that be. And so that's part of the sutras, are like, we are already enlightened and happy beings. We've just put this shield up in front of us and it's peeling it back. And so my future self, I was just like, step aside and let what is already in there shine, because it's already there.
Yeah. Mm, mm. I just want to feel that. It's almost like this practice of bathing ourselves with the energy of our future selves. Just like, okay. And when we think about surrender is like such a dirty word, right? We're like, fuck surrender, fight it. We will do it all. We will work for it. But it's really just surrendering to our higher or our future expanded self. That's all we're doing. We're just surrendering to what is when we live in our full expansion. That's all we're surrendering to. And with that, it's like, oh, hell yeah, I surrender. Because that sounds good. We think like surrender and we're going to get like, shot on the battlefield. It's not like that. Okay. Well, that's all I have for today. How's everybody doing?
That was a lot.
Okay, good, good. Let's all integrate in our sleep. I'm actually gonna go take a bath, but Erica's like, yeah. Erica, I might be coming to see you, but we will talk. Okay.
Oh, yay. Okay.
I know. I'm like, I miss your face.
Yeah.
Okay, my loves. Well, have a good night. Integrate, just be at peace, drink some tea, love yourselves. and we will see each other next week. And if you haven't had a chance, or even if you have, that meditation, dive into it anytime you're coming up against something where you're like, oh, what do I feel? What do I do? Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, everybody.
Bye.